Ways of looking at time. One is the immediate, what's happening at the moment. But I find as I get older, looking back and making comparisons is interesting. I'll give you one example. When my great-grandfather was born in 1821, he didn't have the vote, of course, a working-class Scotsman, and no trains had been invented. There were no trains when he was born. When my grandfather was born in 1850, there were no telephones. When my mother was born in 1897, no aeroplane had left the surface of the earth. When I was born, there was no television. When my children were born, there was no internet. And now, my grandchildren take all this for granted. That's one way of looking at it. And the other way of looking at it is what was happening at different periods. And you see, I'm nearly 85, and I was born in 1925, and 85 years before that was 1840. Now in 1840 we just had a war with China to force them to take opium, the Opium Wars. Slavery was only slowly being phased out in the British colonies. 85 years before that, the French Revolution had not occurred, and the American colonies were still a part of the British Empire. And George Washington, I suppose you could describe him as a terrorist. He was raising a guerrilla movement to get rid of the King, George III. And that's just three ways of looking at one lifespan. And then when you look at all that, you think everything's changed, then you realize that how you treat each other, the moral question, hasn't changed.